Hello and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
Yet another investigation involving Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to become a full-blown criminal probe. However, not necessarily against the Prime Minister himself. Case 3000, as it's been named, involves the IDF's purchase of German submarines from the ThyssenKrupp Corporation. The case was reported by several Israeli news channels to have been reclassified by the police as a criminal investigation yesterday, following the testimony of former Israeli Navy Commander General Ram Rothberg. Netanyahu's personal lawyer David Shimron, businessman Miki Ganor, who is a client of Shimron's, and Vice Admiral Eliezer Marom are all due to be questioned as well soon. Vice Admiral Marom was head of the Israeli Navy between 2007 and 2011. Netanyahu not presently being a prime suspect of wrongdoing in Case 3000 flies in the face of the original allegations brought to the police by former Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon, who allegedly provided evidence in his testimony of the Prime Minister's direct involvement in providing vendor bias towards ThyssenKrupp in the deal. The deal in question can be broken up into two parts. The first part involves the acquisition of the 3 submarines. It's here that Netanyahu was allegedly involved. The second is the signing of the maintenance contract with Miki Ganor's German shipyard, which is why he is being investigated for possible insider deal-making. More on the stories to be released as the investigation continues. Defying United Nations resolutions, American warnings, and new sanctions, Iran test-fired a short-range surface-to-air missile on Wednesday. The missile, according to a Fox News report, landed more than 50 kilometers away from its launch point. The launch came just as United States President Donald Trump said he was considering designating Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. Tehran announced its first missile test last week, which the United States followed up a few days later with new sanctions on the Islamic Republic. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei called on citizens to demonstrate on Friday, the anniversary of the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman said he would cancel the draft deferral agreements for 2 Haredi yeshivas after their students took part in violent riots protesting enlistment in the IDF. The demonstrators were protesting the arrest and detention of a yeshiva student who was charged with draft dodging. Lieberman also said he had ordered to cut funding to the 2 yeshivas in Jerusalem and Ashdod, headed by the ultra-Orthodox rabbi Shmuel Auerbach. Almost 70 people were arrested in the demonstrations at the main junctions in Jerusalem, Modi'in, Beit Shemesh, and Bnei Brak on Tuesday and Wednesday. Auerbach spokespeople said the defense minister's threats didn't bother them and that they would continue to protest the current law requiring Haredi enlistment quotas be filled. More than 60 years after the first Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered, archaeologists discovered a 12th Qumran cave, but the scrolls were stolen. Hebrew University excavators say they found numerous storage jars like the ones that contained the known Dead Sea Scrolls, but they were all empty. What gave the looting away was the discovery of pickaxes, a clear sign that the cave was looted by Bedouin plunderers sometime in the 19th century. The team also found a piece of parchment that was in the process of being prepared for writing, along with flint blades, arrowheads, and seals, among other items of antiquity. The lead archaeologist said that the discovery brings new hope to finding more scrolls. If after 60 years they finally found another cave, then there could be many more just waiting to be discovered. Israel's security reached its peak when Chuck Norris visited Israel this week, the Prime Minister jokingly told the martial artist and actor. Israel is strong, but it's indestructible now, Benjamin Netanyahu said on Wednesday, humorously telling the security detail that they could go home. Norris is a big supporter of the Prime Minister, and in 2015, the Walker, Texas Ranger actor even released a video telling Israelis to vote for Netanyahu. The 76-year-old showed up unannounced in the country, where he prayed at the Western Wall, toured the underground tunnels in Jerusalem's Old City, and spent time with friends, he wrote on Facebook. Norris has been a relatively frequent visitor to the Holy Land, where he made 3 films, including Delta Force.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.